G'day, it's Rob here again. Well, in that last video you would have seen where I poured some aluminium into this old clutch slave cylinder, and that's how I cast small diameter round stock. And once you cool it down, it'll just slide out like that. So yeah, it's an easy way to get some small diameter round stock. Anyway, when I did this, I was just trying out the new furnace, and I melted down some aluminium, and it was some pretty crappy aluminium, really. It was a little statue thing, ornament thing. I picked it off the side of the road once again. The Tree of Life, it was called. It was like an aluminium tree, pretty cheap. So I just broke it up and I melted it down. So I'm just going to spin up the lathe this morning and see how this stuff machines, bearing in mind I don't expect much at all, but I'm going to use those new inserts I've got to do it, so that should be pretty interesting. So you can come for the ride. It's just a short video. We'll see how it goes on machining up, rough stuff like this, because last time I machined stuff that was already pre-machined, and just to see how the finish went and whether I could improve the finish, and it did actually improve the finish. So anyway, I'll cut off the end and we'll spin this and have a go. It looks alright. No porosity, once again. The way I do it, you don't get any porosity, and you don't need flux or degassing agent or anything. With that much overhang, I'll put a sander on the end of it. We don't want any dramas going on. Let's go. No worries. Now I'll do a second pass on fine feed and see if we can improve it. Oh, that's not too bad. Quite good. Yeah, you can see the difference between medium feed and fine feed. There's no galling on the insert whatsoever, so that's a good sign. Really good. Okay, so now we'll machine at 457 RPM, and we'll see what difference it makes coming back from 605 or 6 RPM. I generally machine at a slower speed with carbide than people recommend, and I find that the finish is still okay. And the main advantage is you don't throw chips all over the shop, so this will be the speed I would normally turn at. So we'll see what the difference is on fine feed once again. So what's the difference? Well, the finish at the slower speed actually looks marginally better than the finish at the higher speed. So, you know, so much of this hysterics that we often get from people regarding turning with cardboard, saying you're turning too slow. No, I don't find that to be an issue at all, really. Provided you don't go real slow, of course. But if you got your feed rate correct, yeah, you can get away with it, no problem at all. There's proof. I mean, that's, as I said, that's 456 and that's 605 RPM with lube, fine feed. Tell me which one's the best. It's obvious. That one, slightly. But it's certainly not worse, that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, I really respond to people who comment on my feed speeds and my spindle speeds, because I know what works and I know what doesn't. So you do whatever suits you, but in this case, I like to go slower because, yeah, it makes a lot less mess, and I hate mess. But anyway, there's a few things for you to ponder over. Yeah, home class aluminium turned out okay. I mean, that was really crappy stuff, and yet it still came up nicely. You can see the finish with medium speed is not a patch on, fine. And these inserts work great. There was no galling whatsoever, but I did use lube on them. Okay, that's it for now. I'll catch you next time. Cheers.